Good evening, all of you. Please, Mavli.
Hello, good evening of you, and welcome to talk program of Nisha and ATM family. Today, Ticha is with you, with us, Ticha and all friends. I am welcome, and today's easy talk.
Narayan, please
I
on
will
your
hand over to
camera.
welcome, sir.
Hi, Ticha.
Hi. Good to see you, teachers.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. I'm happy.
Okay.
I'm happy.
Okay. Welcome to Ticha to India.
Hello.
On ATM and Nishank's platform.
Thank you.
First of all, congratulations to you for being selected on board of list for GTP 2020.
Thank you.
I personally went on about your work on social media.
Okay.
It's awesome. It's awesome and feeling proud to have you here. Your work is very special to blind, deaf, and again, heartily welcome to you in India on platform of Active Teachers Maharashtra and Nishank Bharat. Again, heartily welcome, and not spending much time, I hand over to Jaya. Please, Jaya, start your session.
Hello. Active Teachers Maharashtra, ATM. And
please loudly, your sound. Please loudly.
Active Teachers Maharashtra, ATM, and Nishank have launched a new Facebook and YouTube Live initiative, EduTalk, through Active Teachers Maharashtra, ATM Facebook and YouTube channel. Good evening to all members of ATM and the Nishank group. Today, we have with us founder of ATM, Mr. Vikram Adsur, sir. Warm welcome to our guest speaker. If you look at his devotion, he is in top 50 finalist Global Teacher Prize. It's a privilege to hear him speak on his passion for educating disabled students. He is very special. I remember one quote. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Warm welcome to our guest speaker. If you look at his devotion, he is in top 50 finalist Global Teacher Prize. It's a privilege to hear him speak on his passion for educating disabled students. He is very special. I remember one quote, great things never come from comfort zones. And mostly we always give preference to work in a comfort zone. But today's speaker, who has devoted a great for special, deaf, blind, and special needs students. His name is Ticha Muzavazi. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Ticha.
Whatever we listen today is on dealing with blind school students. I would like to take a glance on his work. Ticha is a teacher in special needs education. He works at St. Gil's Special School in Harare. He has been at the school for 13 years now. He works with blind students, the deaf, the physically impaired, and some of them with multiple impairments. He is a teacher of blind students in academic classes, in computers, in craft, in music, in blind social, and in tree planting. Tree planting and computers, teacher does with all 150 children at his school. And with the deaf, he does art and craft. And with the physically impaired, he does music, art, and craft. Ticha introduced the Special Schools Art Festival to promote talents of children with disabilities. He recorded a musical album with my school students and took them to the World Children's Festival. Ticha introduced computer classes for blind students at his school and took the idea to the other schools through workshops. In 2018, he participated in the Teaching Excellence and Achievement Fellowship at George Master University, USA. In 2019, he participated in a capacity building program on SDG 11D. Ticha also attended the Nobel Prize Teacher Summit with assistance given to teachers addressing climate change in their work. We are happy to honor that we have Honorable Mr. Ticha Muzavazi here. Hey Ticha, I read your name, Ticha Muzavazi, and also you told that your name is Trust Mutekwa. I'm very eager to know the story behind these two names. Would you please tell us about yourself?
Thank you very much, Teacher Jaya. I was born Trust Mutekwa, and Teacher Muzavazi is a name I got. Teacher Muzavazi. Teacher Muzavazi is a name I got from being a poet. I participated in slam poetry for a long time, since early 2000. That's when I started doing slam poetry. I am a writer. I am a storyteller. So now in slam poetry, that's when I had to use a name, a stage name. Then they would say, this one is a teacher. And I said, okay, teacher. Teacher who? Teacher Muzavazi. Muzavazi means the storyteller, means the poet. So Teacher Muzavazi came from there. So I grew to be a big poet, and the name became like my permanent name.
Oh, it's a very awesome story behind your two names. We will move to our next question. What are your thoughts when you started working with disabled students?
Sorry?
What are your thoughts when you started working with disabled students?
Thank you very much. When I trained to be a teacher, I always wanted to be a teacher, but when I trained to be a teacher, I was at a college called Morgan Statias College in Masvingo. That's when I met lecturers who were talking about, they were saying slow learners, meaning those children with learning disabilities. Then I said, okay, can we have people or learners who are like slow learners? I want to teach those slow learners if they are there. I want to see how I can work with them. Then they said, okay, if you want to go and teach these students, you have to go back to college so that you become a specialist teacher. There is a college for specialist teachers. And I said, okay, I'm going to be a teacher for those kids. So after serving for 4 years, I applied for a place at a college for special education teachers. Then I was booked for an interview, but unfortunately I could not be there on the date. And they said, okay, you have to try next time. And on the form I was supposed to use for the interview, they were saying HI. There were letters in the corner. They were saying HI, and I said, "What does HI mean? Maybe you were trying to segregate me for this interview." They said, "No. HI means hearing impairment." And I said, "Okay. So does it mean I was supposed to train learners with the hearing impairment?" They said, "Yes, we were supposed." Oh, but at the same time, I was disappointed. But at the same time, I was like excited. I said, "Okay, I wanted to work with the learners with the learning disabilities, but now." They were saying I was going to be a teacher for the deaf. I was excited, but at the same time disappointed. So in my disappointment, I went home. You know about my mbira, the musical instrument. I took it and I walked home. Then as I was walking home, I was playing the instrument. So on the way from the college, someone heard me playing the instrument from his field. It was in April. He heard me and he said, "What are you playing?" And I said, "I'm playing mbira." And he said, "What does mbira look like?" And I said, "Mbira, you don't know what mbira looks like." He was an adult. And mbira is our traditional instrument. And I wondered how he could miss the instrument. So I had to go to see the man who didn't know about the mbira instrument in Zimbabwe, in my country. I had to go to him. Then I realized he was blind. So I showed him the mbira. And he said, teach me how to play the instrument." So when I was giving him the instrument, he would, when we were playing, our fingers, this instrument, our fingers are under the keyboard and we're playing with the thumbs. Okay. So as he was trying to play, he would bring his fingers from above all the time. And I was saying, no, your fingers should be under the keyboard and you have to play with your thumbs. And he said, do you know what? This instrument of yours looks like a Braille machine. And I said, okay, Braille machine. You know, I know Braille, but I don't know how it is written. I know it's the type of writing for blind people, but I've never tried writing. I don't know how it's written. Then he says, I'm going to teach you. So we went to his place and he showed me a machine which was different from what he was explaining, but he taught me the Braille alphabet. Before I got home from my disappointment from college, then from that time, I focused on working with the blind. So when I got my chance to go for the interview at college, I said, now I'm going to train in the area of visual impairment. That's how I became a teacher for the blind. And I got in with skills already in writing or producing Braille. And I was happy.
Yeah, thumbs up to your work. Really, it's very inspirative for us. Have you an image of that who is a musical instrument, Maibra or that Nyunga? So we are eager to see. Just you told that you used
maybe I'm going to play before we go.
Yeah, okay. Actually, in our India also, there are many instruments that we use to play with our fingers. So no, just I watched the image. Okay. We will wait for that. Okay, moving to next. How do you manage teaching computer to blind students? And what difficulties did you face and how did you overcome it?
Thank you very much. I think I have to share my background with the inspiration to teach blind students how to work with computers. I can say in 2014, I went to college, to university for another program in special needs. But when I got there, I met one of my former students who was blind. I taught this student in 2007 when I was doing my teaching practice at St. Giles. Then this student was blind, okay? And he was looking for a place at college and he was trying to do law. And he did law, of course he did law. But when I visited the Disability Resource Center, I saw 50 brand new computers. And I congratulated the guys who were in the Disability Resource Center. I said, oh, congratulations guys, you have new computers for the blind in your department. And they said, okay, that's fine. But you know, these students who are blind, they come from school without computer skills. So it's useless to have these computers because the people who are benefiting are their sighted guides, not them. And my student was part of the students who did not have the computer skills. Then I remembered, okay, I taught him in 2007 and he went through high school without any computer skills and up to university without computer skills. Then I tried to look at where the gap could be closed because yes, he was one of my students, but where did he miss the point? I gave the responsibility to myself to say, okay, if I'm one of his teachers from grade 1 to high school, it means the gap should be closed somewhere. And I have to try and teach my students how to work with computers before they get to university because here they are regarded as useless at university. So so that was 2014 at college, 2014 and 2015, my 2 years at university. So when I was going back to school to St. Giles in 2016, I had already talked to parents of the students who were going to be in my class for that year. I had asked them to either buy a new computer or prepare as one of their family computers when I come back for work in 2016. And when I got there, honestly, I worked with 12 kids. Half of them had brand new computers and half of them had received computers from their family members by 3 February 2016, by opening of the year. And by closing, school closing, we closed the schools on the 27th of March that year, 2016. All of them were very good and were already faster than me in speed. These students, completely blind, and they were already faster than me. So I had to go to the Ministry of Education and say, okay, because that was in 2016. The previous years, we had introduced the Special Schools Arts Festival, and we had used the model of spreading it to other schools to make sure that other children with disabilities benefit from that. So when I realized it could work, the computer skills ideas could work with the blind students, I had to go to the Ministry of Education and try to talk to my bosses and say, okay, look, I have done this with computers. It has been successful with the primary school students who are blind to work with computers. Can we try and do that with other schools also? And guess what? They accepted the idea and said, okay, this is a good idea. In August of that year, they had an education all stakeholders conference, which lasted a week. And they said, you are going to be one of our presenters in this area, ICT skills for blind students. And from that year, I've been part of their workshops in addressing ICT issues in disability, and particularly the visually impaired. So how now going back to your question on how do you manage to teach the blind how to work with computers? Well, it's possible. It's possible. I take advantage of my skills in training how to play the mbira. Now I'm going to show you the mbira, how it looks and how it relates with the keyboard. She's giving me one of the mbiras. Thank you. If you look at the instrument, you see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are 8 keys. Okay. So I work with the 4 keys on the left and the 4 keys on the right. And this is a technique I use, especially with the QWERTY keyboard on the computer, because I'm working with 4 fingers, A, S, D, F, J, K, L, semicolon. Those 4 become my home keys, and these ones are giving me that advantage. Because as I play on the keyboard, on the computer, well, with the blind students, it's not usual. They have to listen to a voice feedback when they are working on the computer. We have speech softwares we set on we install on the computers so that they give them feedback on whatever they would be doing on the computers. So you want to say something?
Yeah, is it only for blind students, or normal students or adults can use this instrument?
The mirror instrument.
Okay.
You mean sorry?
You can continue.
Okay, so now if you look at the mirror instrument, you see there is a lower line and the upper line.
Upper line, yeah.
Yeah. I take advantage of this background to apply it on the computer keyboard, because as we work on the home keys A, S, D, F, J, K, L, semicolon, I can visit the upper keys, like if I'm on F, I can go to R, F, R, F, R. On J, I can go to J, U. And now I know what to expect from combination of all the fingers. And even the lower line, I expand to that as I teach my computers. And there is another trick we have apart from the voice. When we are working with the computers, if you look at your computer, every computer you have, I don't know the kind of keyboard you are using. Is your keyboard the French one or the QWERTY one?
Yeah.
Teacher Jaya?
Yes.
Teacher Jaya? Hello, Teacher Jaya?
Yes, am I audible?
Teacher Jaya?
Am I audible?
Your sound is
yeah, I can hear you, Teacher Jaya. I'm asking you something, Teacher Jaya. I hear you.
Actually, I watch some YouTube videos also.
Please.
Music with that Lunga.
I can hear you, Teacher Jaya. I'm asking you a question.
Will you pardon, please?
I'm asking you, Teacher Jaya.
Yes, yes.
Oh yes, I'm saying, is your keyboard the QWERTY one or the French keyboard, the computer keyboard?
Computer keyboard, ASD, like this. Computer keyboard I have.
Okay, well, I'll just speak to those maybe who are using the QWERTY keyboard, just for an example. If you look at your keys F and J on the keyboard, there are little bumps on the F and J keys. Those are our landmarks. For those who are blind, they just get there and they find the bumps there, and those are the landmarks. Our home keys for the 4 fingers, and every other finger is laid going outwards. That's our trick. And we don't use the mouse on the computer because we don't see the movement of the pointer on the screen. So we will be using a keyboard shortcut. Part of how we work with the computer.
Yeah, it's actually out of sight. You are doing that with blind students also, and with the deep other students also. I mean, with music and with computer, you are doing great efforts with your students. What's the biggest challenge and reward in working with students with special needs?
Sorry?
What's the biggest challenge as reward in working with students
with special
needs?
Hello, Teacher Jaya.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes. Yeah. Now you're audible, teacher.
Okay, I will keep this mic with me. What's the biggest challenge or reward in working with students with special needs?
Oh, thank you very much. I no longer count challenges. I no longer count challenges because what I've learned through working with children with disabilities is no mountain is too high to climb.
Yeah, good one.
They have given me boldness. I can give an example of a situation where you are working with blind students and you tell them what you see close by. Maybe you see your celebrity in the community, and you see, oh, there is Teacher Jaya walking across the field. And what do they say? They say, call her.
Yeah.
Right. If I'm that person who says, okay, I cannot approach this person, I cannot go to this place, I cannot do this, already they just say, call her. What kind of a disappointment if every day they ask me for something and I don't do it? So over the time, they would ask me to do things and I would gather the courage to approach whatever is platform they wanted me to approach. So this has been my secret in doing this. The children gave me boldness so that I could climb any mountain. I can give an example of the computer skills for every blind child. Like when we were able to do the computers with our school, I could walk with confidence into our offices and say, hey, we've done this successfully. I think we can do it with other schools. When we started the Special Schools Arts Festival, they said, we want, it was after my former students went to high school and they did not find arts in their schools. And where they found the arts, some of them were not allowed to, where they were not given the opportunity to participate in the arts activities of their choice. And they had to come back and say, please come and talk to our teachers or find something for us to do in our schools. Then that's how we came up with the Special Schools Arts Festival. So it's the kind of boldness I got from the students when I worked with them. So I no longer have challenges myself as a teacher, but I have now the courage to conquer any task before me.
Yeah, nothing can impossible. You share your valuable secret with us, and now really it's inspirational for us also. Please tell us more about your special school art festival and about your musical album.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll start talking. I'll start by sharing with you about the musical album. Because when I joined the special St. Giles Special School in 2008, I got to the school when the students were just learning in the academic classes and attending their physiotherapy and other therapies at the school. And when it comes to events we would have in the community, like commemorative events, festivals, children's events, many events that were attended by other children, our students would just go there just for the sake of attending, not participate as participants. And they mostly would receive sympathy from people. Okay, look at those, these are disabled children. All the time they would go to those events without participating actively. But I realized these kids had talents in many, many areas. Every child is different in his or her own way, and they are talented in different ways. So I had my instrument, the Mbira instrument. I had this instrument. Then we started learning how to work with this one. So the whole of 2008, we were learning how to play the instrument. By 2009, we were going to competitions, and the first competition we attended, we were the best in every as beginners, because we're beginners. The best solo player came from our group. All our duets, our solos, our ensembles were performing and getting honors grades. From there, we started going to other festivals, to events in our communities. Then, in 2010, my senior students were leaving primary school for high school. That's when they said, okay, what are we going to leave here? We think we can record something that is going to live even a long time after we are out of school. So we decided to record a musical album. That's when we recorded in 2010, December. And we launched the album through on the commemorating the International Day of Persons with Disabilities, 3 December. It was a Friday, I remember, 2010. Yeah. so after that, now in 2011, they went to high school. So when they went to high school, that's when they met the challenges. He segregated some of them, and some of them went to schools without any arts. And they came back in 2011 and said, we want to have arts in our schools. So in 2012, we organized the first edition, the first Special Schools Arts Festival event in 2012.
Yeah.
So
after this festival, I think, continue.
Yeah.
After this festival, I think your students also got the opportunity and they will have the new change. What do you think?
Yeah. Because when we were doing this festival, we managed to improve their performances, because we would have workshops for teachers and students during our festival events. We would have we would invite established artists to participate with alongside our students for inspiration, even for counseling or sharing ideas with young artists with disabilities. And we would also invite students from the regular schools, maybe the students without disabilities. They would mingle, they would work together, they would play together, and we would find many people coming to work with our students. And as we went on, we realized there were many schools without arts activities. But for me, Mbira was the easiest instrument, because I make the instruments, and I worked with so many artists who wanted to support us, and we managed to raise more than 8 Mbiras and send 10 Mbiras to all those schools. And I went around into the schools, teaching the teachers and the students how to work with the instruments. And to tell you what, there's students have been to other festivals, they've been to other competitions, and they've been to places playing the instrument and doing other art forms as we promoted their skills through Special Schools Arts Festival.
Yeah, really great. Actually, we are introducing art integrated learning, means AIL, in our India schools. The NCRT has started this program. And in this approach, we use art to deliver content of different subjects. How do you see this?
Oh, thank you very much. I want to believe art is everything. Like Picasso says. Picasso says art is everything. There is nothing we can do without art. If you look at the picture, my profile picture on the Global Teacher Prize, the shirt I have there, I designed on my own. I'm saying the fabric art on that shirt, I did on my own. As I do arts with the students who are cited at my school, we are linking it with many, let me say, all subjects. Art is fitting in all those subjects. I can give an example of our tree planting. How we started our tree planting at St. Giles Special School. It came as an idea when I saw one of the classes burning papers, and I said, well, I think we can work with these papers. And they said, how? Then I worked with the art club from most of them were students with hearing impairments. Now, how did we do that? We were making boxes. We say, these are going to be parcel boxes. We're going to design them. We're going to paint them. We're going to do some drawings on them. And soon before we could use them for parcels, we said, but we can make pot plants from this. We can make pot plants from this. So which means we can plant our trees and make them this the pot for our plants. That was January 2019. We started planting trees at our school, but it was through the ideas that came from making the pots or making the boxes with the papers we had, or with the boxes we had. You see, and that's how we have used the art in our other activities, and it can be spread to every other learning area as we go. I have to salute you, teacher from Maharashtra, for integrating art in your learning. Good.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Because music, students love music craft, and art is the basic of every subject. You can use this art for teaching every subject and every content. And the AIL that told to us in Nishta also that the teacher must use art in every session. I can see your international presence in Elements events like World Children's Festival, Fellowship at George Mason University, Nobel Prize teacher Sumit, and many more. Please tell us what motivated you for this.
It's not like I got motivated. I was doing my work as a teacher. Then this opportunity came to identify teachers who were like me. So these platforms are motivated by teachers. I don't know. So these platforms are motivated by teachers. Like my participation in the teaching excellence and achievement fellowship, they were looking for teachers like me, and I got there. And when I got there, I meet amazing teachers from all over the world. Like in the teaching excellence and achievement fellowship, I met 80 teachers from more than 40 countries. So they had different experiences. They had different ways of doing things, well, according to their context. And I learned a lot from them. I learned a lot even from our host. So I think these
did you meet teachers from India there? Was there any teachers from India? No. Okay.
I think them. I think we called them the great six pack of India. I think you know teacher Stuti Gao, who is in special needs, Delhi government. You know Manu Gulati, I think.
Yeah, we
You
know
know
because
teacher
we
Mora.
have a session. Yeah, we have a session with
Yes,
Manu Gulati ma'am, and really she is
teacher
incredible. Means,
Murari Ja, amazing teachers. Yeah.
yeah, okay, thank you. And what does this international recognition mean to you and your students and to your country?
You mean like the Global Teacher Prize?
Yeah.
For me, it's one of those things that happen as a result of something. I appreciate it. For my students, of course, the announcement came when we were about to close, to come into this situation globally, but already they know what has happened, and they say, okay, this is what happens after you do something, and they still appreciate it. And for my country, okay, this is the first time Zimbabwe is taken part in the, is got to this stage in the teaching excellence, and so in the Global Teacher Prize. We are still maybe to be free and to focus on education and how what it means for their teacher to be part of the top 50 in the Global Teacher Prize.
Yeah. You have such a wonderful profile work. It's amazing.
Thank you,
Many of
teacher.
our audience are eager to step into the international platform. I will request you to guide us for the same. I told that there were no teachers from India also.
Thank you.
So I request you to guide us for the same platform.
Oh, thank you very much. I think they have to follow a Global Teacher Prize on their website, globalteacherprize.org. www.globalteacherprize.org. That's their website. And on Facebook, they are Global Teacher Prize. They are on Twitter, they are on Instagram. Twitter at Teacher Prize. So if they follow the events on the Global Teacher Prize, they are going to see when next the entries are invited, and they are going to see the criteria, how a teacher can qualify to be part of the competition, or to qualify to be in the top 50, or to be the winner.
Would you please share your journey of GTP 2020 with all our teachers?
Oh, thank you very much. Well, everything seems to be a journey from nomination to application and to announcement. But no, it goes beyond that. Your contribution to the teaching and to the education, to the teaching profession and to education contributes towards your qualification. There are so many things that are considered in the evaluation of the teachers, where we are going to see them on the website, the Global Teacher Prize website. But everything I've been doing, the work a teacher is doing in his career is evidence of what they consider. So all the work I've been doing from working with my students in the classroom and outside the classroom is what can be considered. So my journey we cannot finish, because it's a whole time coming from the time I started teaching to today. But what I'm saying, the tip I'm giving to teachers is, as they do their work, they should even take it elsewhere, outside the classroom, not confine themselves to the classroom, not to remain as slaves of the curriculum. They have to work even with other people. Because I want to give an example, teacher Jaya. I want to give an example of, do we have a best teacher? Do we have a successful teacher? Then we are saying, we may not have a best teacher if he works alone. We may not have a successful teacher if the teacher stands alone. The tip I share with other teachers is, you do not know everything on your own. As I do my work, I work with my colleagues. I work even with parents. I work with the students. I work with my leaders, my bosses. I consult experts. I network with other organizations interested in education. I work with every other stakeholder. I work with everyone to achieve my goals. So if I work alone and I think I can be successful, it may be impossible, not difficult, it may be impossible. So I give this tip to all the teachers. Say, no. Hard work is not like clenching your teeth and say, I'm working. You have to open yourself to the rest of the community, to the rest of the world. In fact, you open yourself to the rest of the world. You link yourself with other teachers. You link yourself with all the resources that could be available. You link yourself with all the ideas that could be available. That builds a successful teacher. And that teacher is not successful on his own. The success belongs to all the people you are working with. Like now, if I can go back to the top 50 status in the Global Teacher Prize, I don't take it to be personal, because I attach it to everyone who comes to me and say, teacher, let's help you in this way. Let's help you in this way. Teacher, can you do this way? Can you try to do this and improve your way of doing things? All these are the people who have built this teacher, and all the teachers cannot be maybe like that if they don't open themselves that way.
Wonderful qualities also you have. And how are you dealing with this pandemic situation now, COVID-19?
Thank you very much. It has been a challenge in the early days, but now we are moving smoothly. Giving an example of the blind students we have at our school, we have 36 of them at our school. And I had an academic class of 10. Those I did not have any challenges because they are working with their computers from home. And we had a challenge with those who went home without braille material, without computer skills. We were not able, in the first place, to send them braille material, and we never managed to send anything in braille. So the learning material in braille, it was 0. So how did we break this? We had to teach them how to work with computers. How? Some of them lacked the connectivity, so we had to use WhatsApp of their family members and parents. So we went onto WhatsApp platforms and shared with them the ideas, teaching the parents and the children how to work with the computers, their own computers. Those who did not have speech softwares, we had to use the narrator so that the children would hear what they would be doing on the computers. And we were teaching them how to work with computers. Now, after six weeks, we had a short break on the way, but they managed to work with computers. The new group of students. And now we are sending them work, and they are doing the homework. We send them, and the feedback is
online education.
Yeah.
If you could share a demo of that music, it will be pleasure for us. Will you please? I'm eager to listen.
Okay, I'm going to give you a brief background about this instrument. It's called mbira. You're going to say mbira, teacher Jaya. Say mbira.
Mbira.
Mbira, yes, it's mbira. So mbira. Yeah. I'm going to sing. Mira. I'm going to sing maybe kachirare.
Let's go.
Hello.
Let's go backside.
Yes.
So someone is talking. Hello.
Yeah, no, your musical instrument is not visible. So he's saying that just go backside.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Now it's
yella. Oh.
And not visible to your right. Yeah. It's visible. Oh. Sound is little low.
Is it low?
Sound is low. Sound is low of music.
Oh, maybe it's because I've moved away from the
Oh.
mic. Now do you
Yes,
hear?
now. Yeah, we are hearing. Continue. Oh. Excellent. Could you please sing song with this music?
Oh, this is we are friends from South America, and you can sing Barla bam para bara la bamba senda vida la banca de glass, yeah. Yo no soy marinero, soy capitán, da 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 da.
Thank you. It's very,
I'm
great.
going for the teachers in the Global Teacher Prize. I'm going to share with them boleros on the bida. Perfidia. Thank you.
Okay, now we will go to the question which came from the FB live streams. The teachers, they are asking interesting question to you. First, Sanjay Jagtap, he is from Kolhapur, and he wants to know how to teach computer to blind students in normal schools.
Blind children in normal schools.
In normal schools.
Okay, thank you. Now, what I did, or what has been happening in our situation is our regular schools did not have or do not have specialist teachers. It's not in every school you will find a teacher who can work with blind students. So what I have done in primary school, those students who could work with computers, blind students who could work with computers, could easily find places in regular schools where they did not have specialist teachers. Now, these students no longer need any teaching, but they are now independent. They are now working on their own. They are now fixing computer for the students and the teachers in their new schools. So it is now possible for a computer skilled student to be in any school, rather than having a student who is blind and without a teacher and try to teach them. Well, if there are such, we will work maybe on having the basic skills where you teach them how to master the keyboard before you do anything. Master of the keyboard is not like you are claiming like, oh, you have QWERTY. No. You will be doing your practice with the keys from the home ones, A, S, D, F, J, K, L, semicolon. They have to practice. So as they are playing, in the first place, it's going to be difficult, but as they practice, A, S, D, F space, J, K, L, semicolon space, A, S, D, F space, J, K, L, semicolon space. When they are done with that, they will be combining. Well, can we go to the upper keys like FR space, JU space, FR. They practice until they are done. The other way, DE space, KI space. So after this mastery, they will be learning also how to work with the shortcuts. Like you have written your work. I want you to save. How do you save your work? Okay, I do Control S. Okay, I want you to close. I do Alt F4. I'm closing my document. All this, creating everything they have to do, the basics of working with a computer. When they are done with that, they can go into any situation at a regular school, at a regular university. They can fit in such settings. They can produce their work, they can print, they can access internet, and they can do everything once they have the skills. But the teaching, well, it may need the classroom situation where they have the teachers for the blind, or the knowledgeable ICT teacher who can work with blind students.
Oh, means in initial stage we need special teacher. I want to share one experience with you.
Now, let me say this, Teacher Jaya. We may not need like special teachers. Why? Because when the COVID-19 layoff came, I was not working with the students like directly. They were working with their parents. The phones which were receiving WhatsApp were the family member phones. They were the parents' phones. So the parents were saying, okay, you have to do a SGF. And I give the instruction, please make sure that this finger is for A, this one is for D, this is for F. Make sure they stick to that and they do their work properly. So these were parents working with him. So if someone is now knowledgeable on how to do this, they can do that, and the child can fit in any setting.
Oh, thanks. With any guideline, we can also do. I want to share one experience. There is a school of Deshmukh Takai in our CPS, and I went there. There is a blind girl, and when I was taking the game of students with ball, she was asking me the different questions. Ma'am, how is the ball? Miss, how it look like? What you do with the miss? No, my curiosity begins start that. What should I do for this girl? She have many questions in her mind. So to open her mind means she is blind, she can't see anything. But she have the questions that what other students are doing. So curiously, she is asking every time about many things, what you are doing, how she is, ma'am, how you are looking. Also, she asking every time.
Yes. So where it is possible, if you are working with someone who is blind or the children, mostly because the most questions, like in my situation when the man said, what are you playing? That's Mbira. And I went there, I found he was playing. I had to show him. He had to touch and to see. That's how they see. And you can even allow her to touch your hair if she asks how you look. Yeah, they can, because they are learning without
many
dependence
time
on
what
sight.
happens, teacher, many time what happens when she asks question, no, tears come in my eyes. And I keep silence, what I do. So now I got the idea that I should. So I will also work like this with you. Do you want to share some pictures of your students? Have you some pictures of your students or class or videos?
I sent them to you and to Teacher Vikram. If they hears them, you can slide.
Okay.
Yeah, I've sent him everything from the top. Yeah, I think we can do that.
It will be pleasure for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy face. Yeah. Okay.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go next. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, that was about my teacher Muzavazi as a poet. Yeah, let's go. And about workshops with other teachers, about inviting musicians at my school, working with other teachers, teaching them how to work and introducing. Yeah, these are my students. When now you can skip this one. Yes, my art students with hearing impairments. My art students with doing fabric art. Now I put on shirts like this. I put on shirts like this every day when I go to work. I put on shirts like this, and I say to myself, to my students, I work with these shirts. These are the remainders after I sell many, so I can make a living out of this art. We teach them and we encourage them to make a living out of what they do with their hands. Yes, we can go. Yes, you see, those students are blind, but those material were made by children who are deaf. So we are making things we can touch. And this is sending our students to mainstream events like children's broadcast. Previously, they would go there as recipients of sympathy, but now they are going there as participants. Yes, we can go. Now this is the World Children's Festival. When we went with our students, all of them are visually impaired, but they broke the barriers and they could fit in any situation where the World Children meet in Arts Festival, showcasing their skills. Thank you.
Outstanding.
And I was saying, after all this, this is the very room I'm sitting on. I'm sitting right here at the closest point, where students come from all over and they learn how to play mbira, and it is challenged me to teach other students and to send the instrument to other schools. Teaching other school teachers, yes. Yes. This is the Harare International Festival, Arts in the Festival. This is Ticha Muzavazi Nyunga Mbira Prize. Since 2014, I have been giving 3 mbiras to the Allied National Institute of Allied Arts. They are the host of the state vocal and instrumental competitions. So there are 3 categories: the beginners, the intermediate, and the advanced. So the best solo players would be receiving an instrument. So I send 3 mbiras, and the winners get this to encourage other students to participate in this kind of art. Yeah. Oh, this is last year when I visited teachers and musicians in France. They were learning how to play the mbira instrument. We do musical therapy at our school, St. Giles Special School. So we invite friends. This is a musician in Zimbabwe, Victor Kunonga, and he's the one who gave us 70 mbiras to send to the 7 special schools in the country. Yeah, these are the mbiras we sent to the special schools. And this Victor Kunonga handing over the instrument to some of the students and teachers.
Hello, Ticha.
And now this is our students working with artists from other countries on the Special Schools Arts Festival platform. Yes. And now when we send the mbiras to other schools, this is not St. Giles Special School. This is not my usual school. This is one of the special schools I visited, teaching the students how to work with the instrument, and it's successful. They are already. Yeah, and this is how now this is your Maharashtra art for integration idea. When we started when we were picking the papers, they were supposed to bend. We said no, we can make parcel boxes from this. No, we can make maybe plant pots from this. Then we started planting trees, but when we've never used them, we tree planting. But they gave us an idea to do the tree planting we have now.
Excellent.
You see the tree planting we have at our school. Okay. Yeah, those who want to be in the Global Teacher Prize, they follow the link on the website, their Facebook platforms, the WhatsApp, so I don't know WhatsApp, the Twitter, the Instagram.
Thanks for the links too.
Tips for other teachers. Okay. So I was saying you should not limit yourself to the classroom. You can work with anyone in the community. Like I've been working with disabled students, with people in the community. Skills training. They got their skills, but they wanted the material, and I had to go and working with the nurses in ophthalmology. I was training them on how to work with the blind patients.
Great.
And I was saying, you have to continue learning as a teacher. I keep learning because my students have diverse interests, networking with other teachers, with other experts, with other organizations, part of what we've been doing. Inviting experts. I don't play drums myself, but the students from my school are now experts in drums because they got only one person coming in 2012. But now everyone is now a drum player because they are passing the skills as students from one student to another. But it came from this one day. And okay, that was about tree planting. Thank you.
Actually, we are lack of time, so we will take 3-4 questions from the audience.
Yeah.
Here is Tukaram Adsur sir from Nagar. He want to ask you, which message do you give to teachers? Which message do you give to teachers?
To teachers all over the world, I'm just saying, well, we still have hope to have our usual way of doing things. But before we go there, we have to find new ways of doing things because the challenge is here to give us encouragement for new ideas.
Yeah, thank you. Next, we will move on next question. Question is from Sanjay Jagtap sir. He's asking you, I'm here. He heard that in Zimbabwe, there are so many financial problems. So is there any effect on this situation on your schools?
In schools and for almost every teacher, but when we have such challenges, what do? That's when we have creativity to sustain our livelihood. Honestly, when I joined, to give a start, when I joined the school in 2008, the salary could not afford a train ticket, a single train ticket into town. How did we manage? We would find other ways of doing things. So we're just going to work to give our service, but honestly sustaining our own livelihoods through other means and not through the salaries or through ourselves being teachers.
Moving to the next, Pradeep Devre sir, and he is from Nashik. He is asking that you told about that musical instrument. Is it your traditional instrument or you have invented it?
Yeah, it's the traditional instrument. This is our traditional instrument. It's called the mbira. This is the one we have in schools mostly and our teachers' colleges. But the one I invented is this one. This is the one I invented. It's not like I put something new here. No, I just thought this could be used by students with the physical impairments. Like when I had students who worked with only one hand, one would work with right hand and the other one would work with the left hand. So the one who would use the right hand would hold here and would be playing this field of the mbira, and the left-handed one would be holding this one. So sitting the other side and you would be playing this one. So I designed this so that they would work together. Two people using only one hand, so the other one hand could not work, but would put the hand here, and the other one could not work and put it here. So this is my innovation, but the mbira has been there for years.
Here is the next question for you, Rupali Atre, and she is asking, for which standard are you teaching? Whether it is basic computer learning or more than that?
Sorry?
For which standard you are teaching? Whether it is basic computer learning or more than this?
I teach basic computer learning for the students so that they can fit in any situation. Like the skills you would need to operate and to access internet, to produce your work, to print, to file your work, to produce the school. If the teacher asks you to produce schoolwork, you would need that independence. If the teacher gives you an assignment, you would need that independence to access the internet and to even communicate with anyone. So that's what I'm giving to my students. But because ours is a special school, a primary special school, and computers is not the only area. I teach the art, I teach the music, I teach the computers, I teach the agriculture, I teach many other things.
Here is another question, Srinivas Elaram, and he's asking that how is political condition in Zimbabwe, and does government help you for quality education?
I don't think for now we have such problems. The only problem we have is the common one in the world now, the COVID-19, which is giving us the restrictions. Otherwise, without this one, we would be doing our work the usual way.
Actually, it was a lifetime opportunity for us to listen you, and all of our teacher also. I really want to give you heartfelt thanks that you spend your time. And from last day, I'm interacting with you. Such you are giving the motivation to me also.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and looking forward for your future opportunities also. And best wishes to you. And thanks for the ATM team and the Nishant. I will hand over the session to Vikram sir.
Thank you, guys.
Narayan. Mike, your mic is, please unmute.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Am I audible? Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ticha. This is absolutely a wonderful session we have with us. With you, and you are doing such amazing work for the physical challenges students, and it definitely help us to. It definitely motivate us to do our best. We are not in that worst condition which you are facing, maybe there in your school or maybe in your country, but still you are very optimistic and doing your best. So you have shown a way for all of us to do your best and go for the challenge, and don't wait for someone to come and change the scenario. It's you who can change everything, and that is what I think we have output from this wonderful session. We, on behalf of Active Teachers Maharashtra ATM and Nishank, wish you all the best for Global Teacher Prize 2020. And we do believe that you are one of the best candidates for that prize, because you are doing very honest and different work, unique work for physically challenged. And as yesterday Nadine sir said, you are not only doing this work for the your students, but you are doing this work for the mankind, because that is the next generation which is going to fulfill our world. And thank you once again very much for all you have given to us. Thank you very much.
Hi,
Over
Ticha.
to Vikram sir.
Thank you, Teacher Vikram.
Wonderful session.
Thank
Enjoy
you, Teacher
us.
Vikram.
Very enjoy. And
Thank
now
you.
use original language to tomorrow's sessions announce. Your permission.
Yeah.
सर्वांना नमस्कार. आज झिम्बाब्वे येथील धडपड्या अवलिया शिक्षण साधला. खूपच एनर्जी त्या बोलण्यातून आपल्याला दिसत होती. त्याचं खरं नाव ट्रस्ट असं आहे, पण त्याने टीचा मुजावाजी असं त्यानं टोपण नाव लावलेलं आहे. टीचा मीन्स टीचर्स. तर या ठिकाणी मी आपल्याला उद्याचं मराठीमध्ये मुद्दामून उद्याचं आपलं सेशन असणार आहे कल्पना महाडिक कविकट्टा भाग 2. आणि त्यानंतर आपल्याला खूप सुंदर येत आहेत. याच्यामध्ये कॅनडा येथून इंजिनियर आहेत मधून आपल्याशी संवाद साधणार आहेत. दिनांक 17 तारखेला कोलंबिया येथून संवाद होणार आहे. तर 19 तारखेला तुर्की मधून संवाद साधला जाणार आहे. 20 तारखेला केनिया मधून, 22 तारखेला दिल्ली मधून आणि 23 तारखेला चित्रलेखाचे ज्ञानेश महाराव सर हे मुद्दामहून संवाद साधा येत आहेत. एक विशेष नवीन विषय घेऊन, जे काही साप्ताहिक संपूर्ण महाराष्ट्रामध्ये म्हणून पाहिलं जातं. तिचं लेखन अगदी परफेक्ट, आणि ज्यांनी उभाविष्य या चित्रलेखासाठी असे ज्ञानेश महाराव सर हे 23 आपल्या सर्वांच्या समोर येणार आहेत एका वेगळ्या आणि नवीन. या ठिकाणी मी पुन्हा एकदा सर्वांना धन्यवाद देऊ इच्छितो आणि आजच्या या कार्यक्रम संपला असं मी या ठिकाणी टीचा व्हेरी व्हेरी थँक अँड